Okay, cool. We're online. All right, so I'll get going then with the first one. Let's just go over here. Okay, so define a method hello name that takes a string representing a name and returns a string hello blah 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 concatenated with the name. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. I can see me typing there.
Yeah, that's looking good.
Okay, so it returns back whatever you said. So that's it. Don't know what kind of tests we can run here, but anyway. Okay, just try to run that on your side. See what happens.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
whoops.
well,
What am I doing?
you have to call
Sorry,
the method. Yeah.
I didn't write the whole thing out. It doesn't help. Okay, try that again.
Cool. That looks good.
Alrighty, so
All right.
we're going to take the next one.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to define a method starts with consonant, takes a parameter, some string, right? So I was thinking that we must just have a list like A, E, I, O, U, and then just do a comparison not. You know, so everything that is not that is valid.
Oh, so it says over here a string that starts with a consonant, right?
Yes.
And false otherwise. So we only need to check the first string, the first character of the string.
Yeah, so like something like that. And then say lower, just to make, what is it? Is it lower or too lower? Or
just make it uppercase, because it looks like they want us to compare the uppercase letters. I suppose it's actually relevant, but yeah, that changes it to uppercase. The first character.
And then we want to, so then we have the letter. Okay, so then I just want to check that it is not any one of these guys.
Yeah.
Well, no, not that. Sorry.
So remember, everything is an object with a method. So what I would probably do is maybe have a list of characters. Because in an array there's a .include method, right? So you can do something like this. Let me just write underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot include 5 would return false, for example, and 3 would return true.
Okay, so I can say like that dot include
question mark
that thing. That'll be true, so then I must return false, right? Because I must do the opposite of.
No. So returns true if it starts with a consonant, and false otherwise.
Yeah. So this is a vowel. So this will say this statement is true now.
Oh, so right. Okay.
So can I not it, or what can I do?
Yes. Just put an exclamation mark.
Where? In the front of it, like that?
Yeah, I think that should do it. Yeah, I think we should run some tests on this one. So let me write some here.
Do you want to write test? Yeah?
Starts with. I think the first one's going to fail, because I'm going to do this. Right? Sorry. Not that. Maybe
it's a string, yeah, like an empty string, yeah.
Yeah, starts with consonants. Maybe. So try run those. I'm guessing it's going to fail on the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're trying to do uppercase on a null class. So I'm guessing on the very first case, it's an empty string.
So if I just say if is what, empty like this, or must it just equals that return false? something like that.
Well, there's an even easier one than that. Why not just do this? Oops, the wrong thing. Say something along these lines.
Yeah.
It turns true if it starts in not this dot blank. Like that. So this will become false straight away. It's not blank, and no, that one will good. So we want it to be blank. If it's blank, it's going to return.
Then we must return false. Yeah. So false or it must be an or, not an and. Right?
Yeah,
no.
Okay.
Okay,
Stafford, just try that.
It must be an and, I think, because it must.
Yeah, because with an or, it will always execute the second part.
Yes, and we don't want that. Undefined method blank. You're lying to me. There isn't a method like blank.
There is. I think it's the. No, it is the blank. Oh, is that like a Rails thing? Great. I think that's like only in Rails.
Okay. That's fine. Let's just.
So s.length is greater than 0.
Okay.
Maybe. It must be greater than 0, and it must start with a consonant.
Yes.
In order for it to be true.
Thanks.
Right?
Yeah.
Try that.
Okay, wait. We have a copy paste area. Like that.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
See what happens.
Okay, I'm just disconnecting, reconnecting. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's do a. Okay, at least I'm not breaking, but we must do a put here so we can see what we did.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit good.
Right.
Also, it keeps track of who changed what line, eh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, it's still not working. Oh, well, we'll save, right? Let's change the saved. Okay, cool. False, true, true. Okay, maybe let's just expand our testing to always be true if the test passes.
Yeah. So the first one should equal to false, because it doesn't start with a consonant, right? It's a blank string.
Okay, you're gonna update the test, or update the test?
Yeah, you go for it. Sorry, I'm just watching the desktop share thing at the moment.
False. Maybe it's true. And this one is false. And then maybe just another.
I'm gonna do one more.
True, like I and 1. That must be true, right? No, that one is false. And that one is true, I think.
Yes. Well, one would involve. Yeah,
that's true. Yes. Okay, starts with undefined capital length. So that is on line.
It's your brackets, I think, that's causing the issue.
Do I need some brackets?
Yeah, because I think it's getting mixed up with the order. It's doing the evaluation first, so it's passing false to the method. So we need this. You do the bottom ones rather than the top ones.
It's lazy Ruby developers that leave out all the brackets.
I beat you to it. Yes. Alrighty, give that a try.
True.
Okay.
Good.
Alrighty.
Alright. Okay, now you can do the next one.
Alright. Does that mean I ended up with the most difficult one? Great.
It's super difficult, You're not going to get this one without my help.
Define the method, okay, so defining. Tell you what, why don't you write some tests along at the bottom?
Okay, sounds good.
While I do all this setup stuff.
Okay, just stop for a moment, because I need some new lines, cool. Okay.
Okay, cool. Binary multiple 4. Yes. It's a string returns through the string.
So what does it need to do? You get a string like 1101 or what, and then it must say if it's a multiple of 4.
Yeah. So that's easy enough with mod, right? You could go s.to_i, which converts it to an integer, and just like
Okay, but it's not an
as a
integer, it's a
weird
binary number, right? So, right.
binary
So
multiples of 4.
isn't it like that?
Oh, great.
Is that not what they mean? So that'll basically just be if any of this is just 1, this is
I wonder if there's an easy way
2,
to
and that is 4.
Is
Yeah,
there
well, I
an easy
mean,
way to convert it?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay, let's just get rid of the easy case. Return false. I'm just looking at the last statement there. Unless this is equal to. Right?
Yeah, sure. That looks, yeah, just it must have 1s or 0s. So if it's like anything like this, then it's not right.
It will return a false. So it says be sure it returns false if the string is not a valid binary number. So, so you're doing some sort of calculation around the binaries. How do we work out? Is there a quick way to work out if that number?
Yeah, so I was thinking if like the first one is like 1, so that's not necessarily going to be divisible by 4. Yeah, so if this one, I'm thinking if the third value, if that is a 1, am I right? No, that can't be right there.
It is. It is. You're correct. You are correct.
You think?
I'm pretty sure. Because if you look at it, so like you start counting, you go 0, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I see, but now 8 doesn't have
9. Yeah.
doesn't have a 1
further.
there.
10. Just go a bit further. 11. Sorry, 10, 11, 12. So it seems that, let me just go a bit further, see here what's, so if we go 1, 2, 3, wait, but I can't right there, sorry, I did not. 4, is that right? Did I count right there? 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So is there some sort of pattern we can take from this? It's either 1, 0, 0 or 1, 0, 0 at the end. No.
Okay, wait. Yeah, it can't have a. Look, like this one, for instance. This is, what is this? This is. It's just. So this is 0. It's 1. It's 2. It's 3. 4. So any of these, the first 4 or the first 3, they are not divisible by 4, right? If it has a 1 in the first one or a 2 there.
Check, I found this. Let me just paste it here. Apparently, I found this on Stack Overflow. That is a regex that will give you divisible by 4 binary.
Okay, so that says.
I'll read it to you from the Stack Overflow thing. Actually, let me paste the URL for you. Then you can have a look for yourself.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm just trying to see.
Have a look at that article quickly. So it says here. So it says here a 1 followed by any number of ones and or zeros, ending in 2 zeros or just a single zero. No, that's not divisible by 4, is it?
A 1 followed by any number of ones or zeros, with 2 zeros, just a single zero.
Yeah, because zero, not a single zero. We don't want a single zero. Single zero should evaluate. Is 0 divisible by 4?
So it must end with 2 zeros. Right?
Yeah, or a single zero, because 0 divided by 4 is 0, which is a valid 0 division, but there's no remainder. Correct?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I read it incorrectly. I thought it was ending with 2 zeros or ending with a single zero, but that's not right, yeah. So if it's just a 0 or ending with 2 zeros, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that makes sense. So basically, the last 2 must just be 0, right?
Or it must be a 0.
Yeah.
Try your thing there to see what you get.
Okay, let me just
write a couple more test cases.
Yeah.
So let me do this. So this first one should be false. Second one should also be false. It should also be false. It's not divisible by 0. That should be true. True.
So might be getting carried away, but yeah, I think that's okay.
Like that. Just run that. Let's see what we get.
False. So totally failing on all accounts.
Wait a second. Let me just see something.
You're not
run the first one.
Returning now, yeah. Obviously, you're not returning the right thing, yeah.
Just run it again. Let's see what that first one's giving us.
Blanks. Yeah, see, you're not returning the answer here. We must return true or false, right?
Yeah, but that should give you a binary comparison, or do a regular expression comparison on the string, and return back something. Oh, wait, it's returning back null. That's why. Just let me do this. I don't know if this will work here. Try to run that again.
Yeah, null. You're right.
Yeah, so it's returning null because there was no matches, which is right, which is equivalent to a false.
Just not really, eh?
Yeah, so, like null evaluates to false, which is strange. Do me a favor. On your console, open up, just go IRB, open up the REPL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in the console.
Yeah, you can do that. It's pretty easy.
Okay, and then?
And just go false equals null, and see what you get back.
It's
okay,
false.
do another one. So true equals
null.
Dot null question mark. No, null dot null question mark. Yeah, what you had.
Equals null dot null.
No, true equals null dot null question mark.
Null is null, and that is true.
Yeah. So maybe what we need to do, that doesn't make any sense because that should be fine.
No, but I think it's just it's in a you see, false is not null, but false is null, and
Okay. Try that now.
Okay, all except the second last one, which should have been false because it's basically null, right? Is it divisible by 4? 0, 0.
Yes, except our regular expression is looking for must start with a 1 and end with 2 zeros. So any number of 0 or 1s between that always end with 2 zeros, or it must be a 0 and we pass 0, 0. So yes, I guess it should be false. So if you put there 1, 0, 0, it should.
Yeah, but I purposefully did it like that. So
okay,
that's true, but false. See, this one is true. Now this one is false, so that can't be right, eh? So either that must not be a binary number, or it must also be true. 0, 0, not a binary number.
Not 0, 0, like the same thing that like 0, 0 is not a valid integer number, right? 1, 0, 0 is a valid integer number, or 0.0 is a valid integer number.
All right. Okay, let's see what the tests say about that.
Yeah, you want to submit it?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Just maybe take all this test stuff out, or maybe just comment it out. I mean, we can leave
yeah,
it.
Just comment it out. So I'm not going to download it. I'm just going to copy it, right?
Are you going to do it on your desktop?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I'll watch you on your screen share.
Okay. All right. So. Okay, I need a file, right?
Just do it in your console.
So, just
stick it in your desktop part 2 or whatever. Sweet. Loading.
We have some failures. 65. Okay, so.
What did we get? What is the score?
65 out of 100.
Wow.
So
okay.
the error is starts with consonants, works on non-letters.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess it should.
Okay, let's go back. So let's put that as a test case in, shall we, and play with it. I'm going to do this so long.
So I thought they meant it should work for numbers as well.
So starts with consonant. What is that? Hash foo, eh? Like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it should.
Yeah. So that should be then not a. That should return false. And we're returning true.
Okay.
So we should exclude any non-letters.
Couldn't we maybe solve this with a bit of a regular expression here as well?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing now.
So B, C, D, F, G, H. Must compare those ones.
Must I write out the whole alphabet?
That's what No, maybe we can say not A, E, I, O, U.
Yeah.
Case insensitive.
Yeah.
Something
Or it
like
must be. It must be. Yeah. Let's just filter it. It must be a it must be an alphabetic letter or something, and then we do that last part to make sure it's consonant.
Because I'm saying I think we can do it even simpler. We could say S must not be A, E, I, O, U. Like that.
Yeah, but that's what we have now. So the
I see what
hash
you
foo
mean.
will also apply to that.
What about this, maybe? Should equal $.
Yes.
So it should be a word. So that would match. That would match spaces.
Isn't it slash A or something just to say it's alphabetic or something? Isn't this?
I think it's slash W is a word, isn't it? A word letter. Alphanumeric. Though an alphanumeric might not necessarily be right. Like that, you mean?
Yes, for instance, I'm not sure if that's correct. Okay. Okay, got the puts again. Puts. False. That's correct.
No.
Oh, no.
It should equal false. It doesn't equal false. It's true.
Sorry.
Try slash W there instead.
Okay. Slash W. Oops. Save. Just try and find something. Capital W, maybe?
And that's for uppercase, isn't it? Okay, slash W matches alphanumeric, so it will match dashes and underscores as well, which is no good.
Any digit, any non-digit. Otherwise, any non-word character. Any word character, little number underscore. I think let's just do something like just
hang on, can I try something? I'm just gonna comment this out.
Like something like that I have there. That's the alphabet right there. A to Z.
Yeah. So what about instead of doing that other comparison, we just do this. So S is equal to starts with a character, not A, so B, C, D, then not F, not E, sorry, F, G, H, not including I, including J,
Seriously,
K, L, M, N, not including O, including P, Q, R, S, T, not including U. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
E, W, X, Y, Z.
Yeah, that's a bit sad, but okay.
Sensitive.
It works.
Except I left the dash there. Try that.
If that was, I'm going to cry. What is A? Did you save? No, you didn't save.
Crap, sorry. Just save it there.
I blame you for everything. You didn't save. You didn't put the puts. That's still false.
Okay, so what about do we need to do that crazy ass null thing again?
Well, if we just say like that as well, like it must like A to Z. It must be A to Z. Must be included in A to Z, and it must not be in that. You know.
Yeah.
Then we just cover both cases. It's alphabetic letter, but it's not one of those. Okay, but let's try that null thing. What did you say? False. What do we say? Get nothing. That's what I say. Inspect. Like that.
Yeah, that end thing doesn't work the way we're expecting it to.
True. Oh, I got it true, yeah.
What did you change?
Nothing. Well, no, okay. Just put an inspect here.
Yeah, it's supposed to be returning false, correct? Because it starts with a hash.
Okay.
Isn't it? Where's your test results?
Yeah. It's not a constant, so it must be false. Yeah, okay, so.
Hey, that test is actually ambiguous, you know that. Because if you look at the instructions, it says there, for our purposes, a consonant is any letter other than A, E, I, O, U. Okay, I suppose it says letter in there, so.
Yeah, no, but still, it is a bit. I agree with you.
Well, anyway, damn ambiguous questions. Oh wait, it's supposed to be not here. So it'll be true, and this must be null. It must not be null. It must have found a match. Try that now.
Cool. That seems to be working.
I'm going to submit that. And don't just comment out this. Leave our text in place as comments.
Okay. Wow. Trying this again. Jeepers, that was tricky, huh? Just to do that a little bit. But okay, the question was a bit whack, but I mean, at least the test sort of clears it up, you know.
Yes. We submitted,
Right, sorry, let's just check. Sorry.
Okay. Just scroll up a bit. Time delay.
70, okay, a little bit better. Binary, okay. Yeah,
Oh, we're down to the binaries.
Yeah, cool. Classifies valid binary numbers. Okay, so that didn't work. So this input was not seen as
binary.
Include results for no.
Okay.
Input results for input that. Now I don't know what should be true. Okay, so we should get true of that. Yeah, okay, so we said that is not a valid binary number.
I can put it in as part of one of the tests here at the bottom.
Yeah.
That should evaluate to true, right?
Yes, it should evaluate to true. Yeah, it's because we have a 1 year, I think, right?
Oh, he's starting at the 0. Yeah, I'm just trying to think now. If we take that away, Then our second case will evaluate to true. You know this 0, 0 thing here? We'll evaluate to true as well.
Yeah, but I think that's fine.
Okay, let's do that then.
Depends on how many bits you're talking about. And if you say it's a 2-bit number, then both 0, 0, that's fine.
Yeah, it's the same thing as saying 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give that a try.
So I'm going to make this true, and then we're going to see.
What did you save it? Yeah. Okay.
Cool. What did you change now? You just took that out.
Yeah, I just took the 1 out. I suppose from like a strictly.
Well, you said it could be a 0 or a 1, right? That's what you said.
Yeah. So before it was saying it must start with a 1, and then be followed by any arbitrary number of 0 or 1s, and then must always end in a 0, 0 or a 0.
Yes.
Okay. Let's try that out and see what happens. If you press Command / it also comments out anything that's highlighted.
Okay, cool. I was wondering about that. Okay. We're going to ace this thing now. Don't I have a good feeling.
Well, we only got 70. Did you see was there more failures?
Yeah, but that's 30 points, that last one. We're just going to nail it now.
Fingers crossed. Ta-da. Come on, we are expecting pass.
$100 points.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna stop the broadcasting.
Okay.
I'll